Hey everybody, welcome, welcome to Hidden Horror. Thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate that. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Hidden Horror. Welcome. I'm here to bring you, unfortunately, another lawsuit. I gotta tell you, I told you, right? I told you a few months back when Sean Combs' properties simultaneously in the states of California and Florida were raided at the same time. I warned you, right? I said it's about to uh, intense, intensify. It's not going away. This is just like the tip of the iceberg. It's coming like a tsunami, like a wave, and it hasn't stopped, right? Um, we're in July of 2024, and we're still hearing the similar allegations involving trafficking, assault, drugging. This is just the beginning. I feel that the majority of the people that are industry people, music related, television related, they're not even coming forth with what happened to them. I don't think it's just with these others outside of that circle of that peer group. It's probably a lot more people involved, many more victims, I suspect, but they're not coming out. They may not be coming forward because of their reputation. They may feel like, hey, this happened in the past. Maybe their life has changed, their lifestyle changed. Maybe they're more settled. They may be married. They may have kids. They may have a new partner, or they may just not want to disclose all of these gruesome, hideous acts that happened to them. Possibly, I'm going to say allegedly, but it's very similar stories. Um, I honestly feel like it's not only Sean Combs, although I can see that he is the target of a criminal investigation. There are probably other industry people, other moguls, other people possibly in music, television, or entertainment um, that are probably being looked at as well. Now, what may be happening behind the scenes, you may get some cooperation so others aren't prosecuted, or maybe they didn't have a larger part, or maybe there will be like a RICO style prosecution where there's a demonstration of multiple people involved, co-conspirators. Remember what I set up a while back on this whiteboard? This could be possibly some other large names in the industry, but right now, Sean Combs is the target, and that target could be moving to others. We're hearing all kind of talk about other names as well as some involvement with their children and things of that matter that I'm not going to talk about. But this, I believe, is a lot bigger, a lot more to see in the coming months. So let's get to it, right? We have a eighth lawsuit. What can I say, right? What can I say? Similar scenarios, similar activities, similar allegations, criminal allegations. What can I say? And I think this is on a small scale. I think this is some of the people that did not move on from what happened to them. And now that the lawsuits are coming out, more people are coming forward. But I believe some of the top industry people that are involved, they're not coming out. They're not at this time publicly. Okay, so let's get to it. This article is by theguardian.com. Trying to get the date for you. Okay, it's by Ben Beaumont Thomas. It's dated July 4th, 2024. And it's titled Sean Diddy Combs Accused of Grooming and Coercing Women into S Work. Rapper denies allegations in eighth such lawsuit in recent months, with lawyers saying Combs has never S assaulted or S trafficked anyone. The rapper and business mogul Sean Diddy Combs is facing another S assault lawsuit, the eighth in a series filed against him since November 2023. I'm going to pull up my comments just in case someone wants to comment. Adria English, a former adult film actor, alleges that Combs groomed, then coerced her into intercourse with guests at parties he hosted, as well as making her consume alcohol and ecstasy. Combs has denied the allegations. His lawyer, Jonathan Davis, said in a statement, "No matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never S assaulted or S trafficked anyone. We live in a world where anyone can file a lawsuit for any reason and without any proof. Fortunately, a fair and impartial judicial process exists to find the truth, and Mr. Combs is confident he will prevail against these and other baseless claims in court." I apologize for stumbling over those words, but sometimes when I'm reading these articles, it's really strange when you're reading something and it's so against what is happening. Like, for example, if I'm reading these sentences and it's saying he denies S assault, he denies S trafficking, he denies all of these allegations, and that they're baseless, they're without claim, they have no proof. And when you're reading these lawsuits, when you're looking at the attachments, they have pictures, they have these detailed accounts. Going back to the Cassie Ventura lawsuit, when you're reading her lawsuit and then you're looking at the video that CNN released from the hotel where Mr. Combs attacked Mrs. Ventura, it's hard to take these words, these written words seriously, because we've seen the video. We've read her lawsuit in particular that was so detailed. I mean, you can't make something like that up, and then for that video to be released, it was as if you were reading a script of what happened before the movie was made and the script was written. It was word for word in detail about the attack. So when you read these written words, they don't hold a lot of weight to me. In fact, sometimes when I'm reading these lawsuits, it's as if I'm reading the same verbiage. There was a S assault, there was S trafficking. The person alleges that they were drugged, they were forced to do these things. Like, um, it's showing to me a pattern, and I think it's harder when you have multiple lawsuits and you have one person after another person recounting what they allege happened to them, but the account is so similar. The behavior, the actions, the actors, the people that were involved, the places, um, is really giving, a RICO, in my opinion, a RICO case. I said this months ago. Check out that video in the playlist on YouTube for Mr. Combs. But the similar activity, the similar methods, the alleged drug use, the alleged S trafficking, um, even in Little Rod's case, similar allegations, right? And he's a male. And this is why I feel that there's a whole, like I describe it as an iceberg, right? The iceberg is 95% underwater, and then you're just seeing the tip. And you have to see the tip and find the tip first as a quick action to avoid danger, because most of it is underneath. And that's what I feel with Sean Combs. Um, Most of the allegations, the offenses, the criminal activity, we're not hearing about most of it, the worst of it. We're just getting a few cases here and there filed, a few lawsuits, but I think there's a greater amount that's never going to come out. It's not going to come out because I feel is who the victims are. Again, maybe their lifestyle changed. Maybe they're older now. Maybe they want to forget about the past. Maybe it's the embarrassment, the fear, the threats, all these things possibly preventing some of these victims coming forward. But I say if we're hearing about 8 lawsuits, there's probably 100 lawsuits. Remember, this is like an iceberg. The majority of the activity we're never going to know about, see about, hear about. These victims aren't coming forward for various reasons. So when I'm looking at these individual lawsuits, I'm, as I always say, reflecting it out, reflecting it out. If we're hearing about 8, there's 100, there's 150 victims. We're just not hearing about them for, again, various reasons. So if I'm seeing a pattern of the same activity, the R, the S assault, the battery, clearly we saw a battery in the video involving Cassie Ventura and Sean Combs. That was a battery. That was criminal activity. That was an assault, a vicious attack on Mrs. Ventura. But all of the other allegations as well, the drug use allegedly, the forcible R, the trafficking, etc. Right. So I just want you to keep that in mind as I keep bringing one lawsuit after another. That's why I'm kind of saying it not in a joking way, but like, my, another lawsuit. We cannot be surprised. We cannot be shocked. Again, what have I said to you in all of these videos? Please look at my playlist for Michael Kelly on YouTube. Um, they don't change. People like this, um, and I'm not referring to just Sean Combs specifically, but as assaulters, this behavior, they cannot curtail it. They cannot stop. They're not going to change. Uh, they're going to keep doing the same thing, and they don't think it's wrong. They don't want to get caught. They don't want to go to jail. And a lot of their efforts are going to be made in that endeavor not to take responsibility, to minimize what has happened, to deny it only when they're caught. And in this case, Sean Combs, he didn't have an out because there was a video that was released many years later, right? But up until that point, last year when he came out, he said he denied it. Like, that's not me. I didn't do that. Only when the CNN video was released, then we get, if we want to call it an apology video, but he didn't specifically apologize to Cassie Ventura. Listen, believe what you want to believe, but history has shown us that people that carry this mindset, these assaulters, they're not going to change. And these are the things that we know about that has come out. What about all the behavior, all the activity, all the criminal activity that we have no idea, we're not even aware of, that hasn't come out? All the victims, people that are broken, their life have fallen apart. The fabric of who they are, their mind has just been corrupt, destroyed, manipulated. People are impressionable when they're younger. A lot of predators, they seek out younger kids because they can manipulate them, they can lie to them. Kids generally, they want to have fun, they want to go along, they trusting, and that's where it happens. So we're going to see a lot of younger people that are now 10, 15, 20 years older, possibly 30 years older. Because from all of these lawsuits, it's really showing me that a lot of this behavior began probably in the 1990s. So we're looking at 30 years of victims. Again, I want to go back to the article about this eighth lawsuit, but again, it's the same set of facts. You choose what to believe or not to believe, but I'm here to just repeat to you again, on a small level, someone unknown, and on a larger level, someone that was a mogul, a music mogul genius that would never have to do anything like this ever, to have access to whoever they wanted to date. But it's not about that. It's about the power, the control, yielding that power over others, controlling them, demanding things, having power, money, influence. It wrecked a lot of people in their lives. Okay. Anyway, let's continue on with the article. English's lawsuit alleges that Combs groomed plaintiff into trafficking over time in events between 2004 and 2009. There go a 20-year period. 20 years ago, right? Anyway, she claims that she was employed to attend one of Combs' white parties in 2004, an event which had no sinister intent or requirements for physical contact. So she accepted invitations to further parties. But at the third event, Combs allegedly demanded she have with guests as they had learned about her past in adult entertainment and used it forcibly to coerce plaintiff into work. The lawsuit names a number of other individuals and companies as defendants. Numerous other allegations of assault have been made against Combs, beginning in November when his former girlfriend, R&B singer Cassie, accused him of and physical abuse. That lawsuit was settled the following day, though Combs was forced to apologize after footage of him physically assaulting Cassie in 2016 was leaked in May. Plaintiffs Joy Dickerson Neal, Rodney Jones Jr., April Lampros, and Crystal McKinney have each since filed lawsuits alleging assault, along with two others from unnamed women. Combs has denied all of those allegations. Combs is also named in a lawsuit against his son, Christian King Combs, described as a lewd and meritless claim by a lawyer for both men. Combs was once one of the most successful rappers in the US with a string of hit tracks, including US #1 singles, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, I'll Be Missing You, and Shake Your Tail Feather. His label Bad Boy Records was home to popular artists including Notorious B.I.G. and Mace, and he had success with other business ventures such as clothing brand Sean John and vodka brand Ciroc. But his reputation has been damaged since the allegations. In recent weeks, New York Mayor Eric Adams has demanded Combs return the ceremonial key to the city he was awarded in September of 2023, while Howard University rescinded Combs's honorary degree, discontinued a scholarship program in his name, and returned a $1 million donation. Okay. So that wraps up the article. Um, Again, I'm trying to demonstrate behaviors. I'm trying to show you that it's very difficult for them to curtail, to stop, to change. These are civil lawsuits. There has not been any official um, criminal charges filed against Mr. Combs as of yet. Uh, every day I'm seeing in the news that there is an investigation, that the investigation has expanded um, outside of just these allegations of S assault, of of battery, um, of the trafficking, of the drugging, etc. So we will see. That's all it's going to take is time. The truth always comes to the light. It is exposed. It is brought out. And it's just a matter of time. So what will he do? Um, what is going to be the outcome of it all, right? We just have to be patient and we have to just keep watching. So if something else comes out, I will definitely bring you an update. I just want you to understand the mindset of assaulters, predators. Typically, they do not change. They do not want to go to jail. They will do a lot to not go to jail, especially go back to jail. They don't want to go to prison. Okay. So a lot of them will unalive their victims. Okay. So it's just very important that we understand what is happening here. Again, this is like a iceberg. We're only seeing about 5% of that iceberg. There is a lot underwater, a lot underneath that we just don't know about, that we may never know about. It doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It doesn't mean that there's not all these other victims that haven't come forward, that haven't brought up any issues, that have put this out of their mind, move forward, maybe experience a breakdown, maybe are struggling, maybe don't want to come out, maybe want to act like this never happened to them. Maybe they're in fear. Maybe they're threatened. Maybe they're afraid. Maybe the thought, the embarrassment, the humiliation. Um, Again, it's alleged that there could be some males involved in this. So it's a lot to what is happening, and we just have to be patient and allow things to come out, allow the authorities to do their thorough investigation. I know they're investigating in multiple states: California, New York, Florida, possibly other areas too. So we just have to be patient with this investigation, okay? So again, please protect yourself, protect your family, protect your community. Be safe, be smart, be savvy. Be well, all my friends. Have a beautiful, a wonderful evening, and I will see you in a video soon. Thank you for spending this time with me. Please remember to check out my page on Facebook. I'm always needing to get to that 100 followers so I can go live on Facebook again. Since they changed the policy, you can always check out. I have a whole playlist on Sean Combs and other cases if you're interested. And then you can also find me on X. So thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate all of you out there. Be well. Have a good night, everybody. Bye. Bye, everybody.